Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. I hope that you're having a good week, a good day, a good night, whenever you're listening to this. With a lot of stuff that's going on in the States and Israel and Iran and many other areas in the world, it's pretty easy to fall in the anxiety trap. So this is what I was kind of thinking today. I seen people on X will post just the scripture and to encourage. And I thought that was a pretty noble thing. And so that's what I was thinking about is anxiety. So I might title this Strong Enough to Soar with Hope when Hope Meets Burnout, something like that. So real strength comes not from trying harder, but from hoping in God. So Isaiah 40:31, I've seen that quite a bit quoted. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength, it says there. So that's the main scripture we're going to be using, but there's others, and let's dive in. To be honest, the world's version of strength sounds great until you actually try living it. Just hustle harder, grind, manifest peace by thinking good thoughts while your inbox eats you alive. Meanwhile, your soul is curled up in a fetal position. But you hear it all the time. If you just work harder, if you just get more education, if you just do more, you will succeed. And a lot of anxiety comes from that. So that's when Isaiah 40:31 comes in. Yes, that scripture is, you've probably seen it at your grandmother's place, or it's the eagle's wings verse, right, on your grandmother's wall. But before it becomes an embroidery classic, it was a battle cry to a worn-out people who had every reason to quit. Isaiah wasn't writing to gym bros or TikTok motivators. He was talking to exiles, doubters, and yes, the deeply, deeply exhausted. So Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." So the Hebrew word translated trust here is qavah. Not just a passive kind of waiting, but a hopeful, expectant waiting, like stretching a cord until it's taut. It's not sit back and hope for the best. It's lean in and brace for God to move. That's what it comes down to. This is the kind of hope that renews a person, literally exchanges our strength, not more energy, not better time management. A divine trade. That's what it does. It trades it in. Your burnout for God's strength, your anxiety for His peace, His wings, if you will, for your weak knees. And those eagles, they don't flap like sparrows. They're not like a chickadee. They ride the thermals, right? They grab that resistance, the wind. They get lifted, they get sustained. Directed by wind they didn't even create. That's the image. When we lean into God with a qavah kind of trust, we're not manufacturing our own strength. We're receiving that strength. Think of Elijah in 1 Kings 19. Prophet of, everybody knows him as a prophet of fire, right? Calls down lightning, then immediately runs for his life, begs to die under a broom tree, and falls asleep from pure emotional exhaustion. God doesn't rebuke him. He feeds him. He strengthens him. That's divine renewal. As one theologian, probably slightly sarcastic, might have put it, the Lord is my strength and my stamina plan. I'll take that over Red Bull. Right? And when you break it down, that is exactly true. So here's the sharp edge, right? Are you hoping in God or just hoping things work out? There's a difference. There really is. One gets you, if you will, wings. I'm just saying wings, but you know what I mean. One gets you wings, like it will free you. The other gets you more burnout. What if the strength you need isn't found in trying harder, but in trusting deeper? False belief or misunderstanding, that creeps in a Christian's life, and it creeps in everybody's life. Everybody believes in something, and everybody has a misunderstanding about most things. Let's address a modern myth. God helps those who help themselves. Spoiler alert, that's not in the Bible. In fact, that mindset is why many are drowning in despair, in anxiety. We treat trust like laziness and self-reliance like virtue. But the Bible paints a different picture. Trusting God isn't giving up. It's finally getting in line with God. Matthew 11:28 and through 30. Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. So let's break it down a little bit. Now, I will put here that these little podcasts are meant, sometimes they run a little longer than intended, but it's only meant to scratch the surface. And if you feeling kind, please hit the subscribe button, give a thumbs up, and leave a comment. So Matthew 28:30 again. We'll break it down. So it says, come to me. That's the invitation. Not to religion. No, not to better routines, right? But to Jesus. Now, is there something wrong with putting your effort in? Of course not. That's what God wants you to do. That's what he tells you to do. But there's a difference between putting all your effort in for a reward that you have no control in getting. But it also means that you're supposed to follow God, try your very best, and put your worries on him. Let him deal with it. It's not easy. It's one of the hardest things in the world to trust God that you can't see. We rather put our trust in a pilot that we know is up there, even though we know that person from nobody. We probably know more about Adam than we do that pilot, but we do trust a pilot. I'm making a point here. We do our part, but yet we let God just put it at the feet of God and he'll deal with it. So the word yoke here doesn't mean rest, like you have a nap. It means partnership, guidance. You walk with God, you don't walk alone, right? God says, walk with me. And it's not a trade of one heavy burden for another. It's relief, light. Here in this verse means properly fitted. Look it up. Properly fitted. As in, it actually suits you. It's going to be what you're able to carry. Why? Because you're working with God. You're not doing it alone, right? The weight doesn't crush you because you're no longer carrying it all by yourself. But if you're still exhausted, still anxious, maybe the question isn't, what's wrong with me? Come on, man, wake up. You talk to yourself, right? What's wrong with me? Maybe that's not the question. Maybe it's, who am I yoked to? What am I yoked to? What can I not get on hooked from? And you fill in the blank. King Saul was all about appearances. Outward strength, internal panic. When pressure hit, he relied on himself. He made a sacrifice out of fear. 1 Samuel 13 talks about that. And it cost him everything. He looked strong, but he was already crumbling inside. Self-reliance disguised as courage. That's who Saul was. C.S. Lewis nailed this when he said, relying on God as to begin all over again, every day as if nothing had yet been done. And that is so true. Every time you open your eyes and you wipe the sleep from your eyes and your feet hits the floorboards, it's a new day. It's a new battle, and you don't know who you're going to face. So let's not pretend. God's not impressed with our pretending to have it all under control or have it, all together. He's calling us to trade it in. What if you're exhausted and it's not a problem to fix, but a signal to return? We could ask ourselves, where have I mistaken self-reliance for strength? And we do that all the time. When we do things, mostly we take credit for the good, right? Oh, wow, look at what I done. Look, I'm proud of myself. But sometimes where have we mistaken self-reliance for strength? Okay, so here's the good news. Let's wrap it up, right? God doesn't shame the weary. He strengthens them. He doesn't reject the faint-hearted. He lifts them. This isn't about trying harder. It's about surrendering sooner. Psalms 23, verses 1 through 4. The Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need. He lets me rest in green meadows. He leads me beside peaceful streams. He renews my strength. He guides me along right paths, bringing honor to his name. Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Now, when you read that, notice how every movement in Psalms 23 is initiated by the shepherd. He lets you rest. He leads you. He restores you. Your job isn't to run faster. It's to follow closely. That's where the renewal lives. It lives in the presence of God, not in the pressure of performance. Get that. Understand that. You have your part to do. God don't come in, live in your head and not allow you to have any thoughts. That's not how God works. But Joshua 1:9, let's read this. This is my command. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. God doesn't say, figure it out. He says, I'm with you. That's the source of courage, presence, not perfection. Again, we do our part, and I think all of us know deep down that we do have to do our part. We can't, if you're anxious because you're in a situation and you put yourself in the situation, or you just turn on the TV and you're constantly feeding yourself on negative news. Not that the news is bad necessarily. It's nice to know what's going on, but if you just feed on it and it makes you feel an emotion, anxiety, despair, then do your part. Turn it off. Take a break, and read God's word. Think about God's word too. Peter failed, and he failed real bad, right? He denied Jesus 3 times. And what did Jesus do after the resurrection? He came, he shamed him, he spanked him. No, he didn't. He didn't shame him. He didn't make him feel bad. You know what he done? He made him breakfast. He restored him, because grace doesn't just forgive; it reassigns. That's the God we serve. He has no desire, he has no ambition to bring up the past constantly. That's not who he is. If you change and you turn away from it, it's so far as east is from the west. Spurgeon, who you may have heard of, said, God is too good to be unkind, and he is too wise to be mistaken. And when you cannot trace his hand, you can trust his heart. This week, wrapping it up, choose one area where you're exhausted. And instead of strategizing about a fix, surrender it. Pray Isaiah 40:31 daily. Maybe write it down. Tape it to your mirror. Say it out loud when your anxiety hits. Start trusting like your life depends on it, because really, it can. And it does for a lot of people. If God is offering you strength, what excuse do you really have to keep carrying it alone? Think about that. So what did we cover? We covered Isaiah 40:31, which teaches us to trust and not strive. We talked about contrast and correction. Self-reliance looks strong but leaves you empty. And we talked about hope and call to action. God restores the weary. So stop flapping. Start soaring.